So, in this chapter, chapter number 10, we will discuss about games and sports. The first page of the chapter, there is a kind of rhyming poem, Hututu Hututu. Out, out, all the girls on the one side shouted loudly, Hututu Hututu, hold from here. Hututu Hututu, hold from the leg, the leg, hold her leg. Now they all are playing some game, and what that game is, they are repeatedly saying a phrase that is Hututu, Hututu. Now here they are arguing with each other and also they are instructing their partners or their group members to do a specific thing, like what they should do, how to do. It means there are already few rules and regulation in the game, and that's why they can play the game fairly, means not partially. So there is very less chance of partiality when you have already few rules. Here they are also arguing with each other, like, hey, make sure that Shyamala's hand does not touch the line. Hold her hand. Hututu, hututu. Oh, she has touched. She has touched it. Out, out, out. All out. Ho, ho, ho. Your team is all out. So here means the regulation or the rule is if you touch somebody, you are going to be out. So I guess, kids, you have also played such games in school and outside of your home. What are these girls doing? They are shouting out, out, out. It is clear that they are playing a game. What do you call this game? Chedugudu, Hututu, Chukitgit, Haduru, or Kabaddi, or something else. When 6 girls surrounded Shyamala and caught her, everyone thought that she was out. Somebody caught her legs and somebody her arms, while one girl caught her by the waist. But Shyamala was not the one to give up. She dragged herself and managed to touch the line in the center. When Shyamala touched the line, all the girls of the opposite team were holding hands, holding her. So all of them got out, but Rosie argued that Shyamala had taken a breath in between, so the team was not out. Shyamala insisted that this was not true. She said that if she had taken a breath, why did the girls keep holding her? There was a big argument. Finally, Shyamala won. Now here, Shyamala is playing, we can say maybe Kabaddi or Hututu. In different languages and regions, the name of the game is different, but the rules are almost same in this game. If you take a breath, then you are out, and if you are being touched down, then again that person is out. But if you touch the line, then the other team members who are holding you are out. These kinds of games maybe you have played in real life, or maybe you have seen in TV or movies. But the fact is, in every game there are rules. Suppose if there is no rule, then what is the importance of playing the game? So let us talk about the importance of rules in sports and game. Rules provide an agreement of understanding to competition. In sports, rules define what is allowed or not allowed to occur during situations on and off the court. Rules govern anything from wearing proper uniforms to how to keep score during games of different level of competition. Now, if there is no rule and regulation in games and sports, is there any need of playing that game? Because it will be unfair, impractical, and there will be so much of chaos. Like, nobody would know what to do next. Nobody would know who is winning or who is losing. Nobody will know that the game they are playing is right or not. So there is importance of rules in every game and sports. Now let us talk about the popular games and sports in India. Popular sports in India are badminton, football, shooting, wrestling, boxing, tennis, squash, weightlifting, gymnastics, athletic, table tennis, basketball, volleyball, and cycling. And popular indigenous sports are chess, kho, kite fighting, leg cricket, polo, snooker, and gilli danda. Now you will ask me, what is indigenous? These are all the games that we play in India and in our household. Means specifically these games were invented or discovered in India. Out of these games, so many games are there which we actually invent when we are at school, we are with our friend, and we try to invent new games. These are those games. Now, what are indoor and outdoor games? When we are talking about games, let's talk about these two different type of games. You must know what is indoor and outdoor games. Still, let's have a look at it. Indoor games are those games which are played in a room by sitting there and in open games like chess, carom, playing cards, ludo, table tennis, etc. Outdoor games are those games which are played in a large area or in grounds like cricket, football, hockey, horse riding, etc. Now, as the name suggests, indoor game is the games that you can play indoor, inside a house or inside a hall. And outdoor games needs to be played outdoor, means it needs an open space, an area bigger enough to play the game, like the cricket that is very much famous in India. Cricket is actually become a religion. It is not just a game. Football, hockey, all these games are so much important and famous. Now here I am asking one question from you. You can see the pictures of different games on your screen. I am asking you that what are these games? Names are not written. I want the names from you. There are indoor as well as outdoor games. The children are playing, the players are playing, and there is one board that is, I guess, indoor game. Now I want the names from your side. You need to let me know that what games you can see on the screen and share your experience that how many games from these pictures you have actually played in life and how many new games you have invented with your friends. Keep inventing with your friends, and when right now nowadays you all are indoors, then you should be playing indoor games. And what are they? Now let's talk about sports. What do you mean by sports? An activity involving physical exertion and skill in which an individual or team competes against another or other for entertainment. Now we were talking about games, now we come to sports. Sports are usually in a large scale competitions. So sports are usually played between one or two groups, between teams, maybe individuals, and these are mainly for entertainment purpose. and usually these are large scale games. Now you can name few of the sports that are played in India like cricket, football, hockey, table tennis, badminton. They are played on a large scale and they are being viewed by the people, by the spectators all over the world because they are for the entertainment purpose. Now, it is very much important to know the sportsman spirit. When you are playing a game or a sport, you need to have this. Very, very, very important. Now, you will be asking, what is a sportsman spirit? Sportsman spirit is the act of accepting one's success with humility. This type of policy helps us to cope with failures and disappointments and that come our way and make renewed and challenging efforts to achieve success next time. Means always being positive. Sportsman spirit says that you need to be positive even if you lose because in sports losing and winning keep going on, but if you lose, that doesn't mean you will feel negative or you will give up. You need to try harder the next time with a positive mind and spirit. Now, good sportsmanship builds teamwork, character, and teaches respect, honor, discipline, kindness, inclusion, resilience, perseverance, and more. The benefits of good sportsmanship are many. When kids enjoy active play, they look forward to sports and exercise as a chance to make new friends and develop new skills. So, from here, I am leaving you with the famous sports personalities of India. Yes, kids. From now on, you will be seeing few list of sports legends on your screen. So, keep attentive, be attentive, and let's see the legends of India. There will be few lists that will be coming your way, and you'll be reading that. And you will understand that so many people have made India proud in so many ways. So I'm leaving you with the famous Indian sports personalities and the list of the popular sports personalities in different sports played in India.